What's up, everyone? So, I have my spice build for you guys. I didn't do as well as I hoped to do at the regional, but it was more on me than the deck itself. I started out 4-0, and then I lost my last four matches, so that really sucked. Round five, I played a Grand Maju, and I really can't say anything bad about the deck because it performed amazing all day long. I ended Infinity, Borlode Savage, Thunder Dragon Colossus, and Imperial Order, and he still OTK'd me. So, not really sure what else I'm supposed to do. And game two, I won pretty easily. I just made him go first. Then game three, he opened Super Poly games one and two, or one and three, so that's how he dealt with me pretty easily. But I ended Saryuja, Infinity, Colossus, and Levianeer, or I mega fleeted myself with a Naxter. So I had Mega Fleet, Infinity, Colossus, and Levianeer. I ripped one from his hand, and had I absorbed Levianeer, I would have won and went 5-0 to start. So that one's on me for playing. The deck did its job. I didn't. Then round six, game one, it was versus Orcust. The Grand Maju guy, he ended up taking fifth. And then my round six opponent ended up winning the entire event. He Game one I won. I set up Colossus, Infinity, Savage, and Imperial Order, and he just scooped. So I had no idea what he was playing, and I sided wrong. I took a guess and got it wrong. And then game two, he made me go first still because he saw me side. I think it was like 8 cards. I pulled the whole Thunder engine, but I was gonna be able to end with Savage, Imperial Order, Super Poly set with one in hand, and Cyber Dragon Infinity. But he Nibiru'd me, and I negated it with Infinity, and he chained Impermanence. So it was just kind of unlucky that he had both. Otherwise, I would have won that one 2-0 also and started 6-0. Really nothing I could do against him. So the Grand Maju one was on me. The That second loss was just kind of unfortunate, but it happens. Then round seven, I played another Orcust, and it was definitely on me. I wasn't really paying attention. Game three, I could have did the whole combo and kept hers and Soldier in my hand and did it last, as opposed to just doing it right away in case I got Nibiru'd or hand trapped, and then I could still end on something. But I wasn't really paying attention, and I got Nibiru'd before I could do anything. Not really any changes I'd make other than the one I'll tell you about because the deck really played super good and consistently. 21 games, all four of my losses went to game three because I even told the guys I went with that I was pretty confident I'd be able to win at least one game every match, which I did. Um, so I went to game three, all four of my losses, and three of my four wins I 2-0'd. 2-0'd Orcus, Striker, and Cyber Dragon in a mirror match. And then Draco Striker, I lost game one and then got him game two and three. So without further ado, one copy of Cyber Dragon just really helps the consistency of the deck and prevents bricking. I went with the OTS common because every time I went to my locals for OTS 11, I pulled one every single time I went. So I thought it was a sign that I better just play my common. Triple core card's just insane, and I actually want people to hand trap core or emergency because then I can just combo off still without worrying about it. Because most of the time, if you're playing 9 hand traps, you're only going to open one more often than not, which I actually made Savage, Infinity, Imperial Order through multiple hand traps twice and played through more than I actually thought I'd be able to play through, and did better going second game one than I thought I was going to. So deck was really fun to play, and I got so many compliments and so many people asking me about the deck list and how it works and how I thought of it, and so that was really cool and just made the whole time worth it. I also pulled Masquerena in my entry pack, so paid for my entry. Not a prismatic, but I'll take it. Triple hers because you want to see it with Galaxy Soldier. Or I'd pitch it off of Brotar or pitch it for special summon off Saryuja and link into my second Saryuja and get the search just to do a lot of chain blocking and getting cards to hand. Double Naxter. I might cut it to 1. I was originally playing 1. The deck's at 42, and I went with it and I liked it, but I might test it back at 1 again. It was just really nice for grind games to have that extra recovery late game, although it really never came up because either they disrupted me and I didn't have a good play for it in grave, or I just won right away, so it didn't really come up. I didn't see it enough at 2 for the combo, and with Saryuja you can bury the third copy and just shove it to the bottom of the deck a lot easier, so Triple Galaxy Soldier, I loved it. Pitching cards from the other engines that happen to be light also, and say you have 1 in hand and you special summon it off of Saryuja, it's special summon, so you still get to search out your second copy of Galaxy Soldier. And sometimes, say how I said I'd summon Core off of Saryuja and use it to link into the next one. Then I could pitch a light, special summon 1, and then the second Saryuja special summon the other one from my hand, so just really works in an odd way. Onto the first engine, the main one, Crusadia. Cards are just insane. I played 13 of them, so you pretty much open one every single time. 2 Crusadias, or just 1 Crusadia in any way to special summon will get you double Saryuja every single time. So, and then you're gonna see combo pieces to do the rest of your stuff. It's just really, really broken. And Maximus, being a light monster, can pitch it for Soldier. 3 Reclusia, just because going second, it's a pop or force a negate or something of the sort. The tuner in the deck, Arborea, came up a lot, and if I open my Draco, because Draco's the one you want to search off your Magius all the time unless you open it, then I always search Arborea because it's the tuner. And we play the original Cyber Dragon, Galaxy Soldiers, and a couple other level 5s we'll see here shortly. Then just rounding out Crusadias, just because we want more Crusadias. Leonis, double Draco, because if you open 1 and it's the only Crusadia in your hand, you have to normal summon it and then special summon to Magius' zone. Didn't actually happen at all. Every single hand in the 21 games I had was playable. None of them were unplayable. I mean, the deck's just super consistent. It won't always play through hand traps, but it'll almost always play through at least 1. I just happen to run into like multiple hand traps or Nibiru impermanence, or just big Grenmaju gets through all your negates and then just summons a 14,000 beater. But he was a really cool guy, and it was probably my most fun match of the entire day. So definitely don't mind losing to that one, because like I said, if he can get through Savage, Colossus, Infinity, Imperial Order, he deserves it. For the Saryuja play, summon your Brotar off your LP targeting LP in case they ogre it. Someone actually pointed that out, because then if they ogre it, I still have the LP still on field to target it to get your Collapse Serpent, and then banishing a light for Collapse Serpent. Instead of Red MD, you run these, because Red MD will help your first Saryuja, but then since you can chain block Saryuja and get your Wyver Burster, you get your Dragon for your Pisty too, so that just becomes Pisty and bring back your Brotar, so that's 2 monsters already right there. And you get to search them for free off of your Collapse Serpent before you do your Saryuja draw. Card's really broken, especially in this build, because I ripped a card from my opponent twice. I popped cards on their field only once, but otherwise I banished 3 lights because you get so many engrave, and then I'd bring back a level 5 for Nova, or Thunder for Colossus, or level 5 for Boral Savage. This card was insane. Thunder Dragon works so good with Galaxy Soldier. Discard it, add 2 to your hands, then they're all lights. Double Dragon Dark. If you have to go second, you open it, you just deck thin and pitch it and get the one. Otherwise, I love seeing it after my first Saryuja draw, because then you can special summon it from Saryuja. And when you link into your second Saryuja, you activate it, chain block, and search out your Dragon Hawk, and then you can pitch your Hawk to summon it again, and then you get your Colossus. Only 4 spells, 3 Rhoda. Pretty self-explanatory. Actually had the activation negated once today, so that was pretty cool. Haven't had that happen in a regional ever yet, so finally happened, got it back, and ended up winning. 4th Galaxy Soldier. Actually searched hers a lot off of it. I went with Different Dimension Ground as my trap. I really loved it in testing, and I only saw it twice in the event, so that sucked. But it absolutely just crushes like Salad or Orcust, and even Thunder Dragon. They everything gets banished, and they're all hard either or effects per turn. And then they also end with no protection in the graveyard to banish anything because it's already all banished. And I'm only playing 4 spells, and I usually burn through 2 of them turn 1. And a lot of other decks use spells, so 1 Imperial Order. Saw it so much, and it's such a good card when you're not reliant on spells. I don't think I'm going to change anything except maybe dropping Master to 1, but even that's up in the air. I went backwards on this. I went 1 Mega Fleet, 2 Fortress, because Orcust and Sky Striker are everywhere, and they've been taking up like almost 2/3 of the top cuts of events just between those 2 decks. And no one expects you to have 2 Fortress. It came up quite a bit, and even in the mirror match, he didn't expect me to have 2 Fortress. So not once did I need a second Mega Fleet, especially in this type of a build. Pure, I'd still stick with at least 2 Mega Fleet, even if you want to play 2 Fortress. But for this build, it worked amazing. The 1 Colossus. In the mirror match, the one game I actually sat on it for a long time, just had it in defense, and he couldn't get over it because I just kept banishing from to protect it, and then ended up fortressing his whole board away when he finally left himself vulnerable, and then I took my shot and just won. 1 Nova, 1 Infinity, and the 1 Boral Savage. So the go-to play would be basically those 3, and then between the 2 traps, if I could get at least 3 of the total of 5, which I was able to do just crazy consistently. Lynx, Almirage makes the whole deck work. Just the fact that you can summon core, beta hand trap, or get your search towards your infinity, special your Crusadia to the arrow, then it removes himself with his effect, so that you can just link into your Magius and then go off from there. 2 ways I'd approach this. Sometimes I summon infinity before I use Magius' search. Other times I'd say pitch hers for Soldier, and then you could stack the effects like Soldier, Magius, hers, 1, 2, 3. Kind of whatever I was feeling at the time. Twice I could have used a Nova target. I got Judgmented once and Nibiru'd once when I had Nova. And I played this because depending how I open, my 5th summon would be before I really ramble off into my combos, but right before infinity, so they'd have to Nibiru me. The one time it would have worked was when he had impermanence too and got me, so I wasn't able to get through. But otherwise, link the token away for Spider, and if you open an extra Crusadia, then you special to the arrow, and then go into your Spatha, and then summon your Draco, and just continue comboing through Nibiru. But I didn't go into Spider at all, so I'd probably drop that for Rampage. Otherwise, no changes in the extra or main deck. 2 Guard Dragons, LB, Pissy. and then double Saryuja. Just insane. This card should have been at 1 forever ago, but being able to go into 2, especially in Cyber Dragons, so many people were talking to me about the deck and coming and watching. It was just really, really cool. Wish I could have did a little bit better, but live and learn all the time. Got some good advice from some people, and like I said, one of my losses was to the guy who won, another one was to 5th place, and I don't remember. I was looking at the list, and I'm pretty sure he was like right around 20th or so, the second Orgus guy I lost to. By round 8, I was just really bummed out that I dropped 3 in a row, and it was a Yosenju Kaiju deck, and I really did not feel like reading the cards, and I lost 1-2, and I might not have been able to do anything anyway, but I was just really out of it by that point. I didn't see Nibiru at all. I was gonna play Summon Limit, just to switch out with DDG if pending matchup, but went with Nibiru in case for some more rogue and whatnot, but never saw it. Might change the side up quite a bit for our next event. Triple Super Poly again, never saw it. 3 targets. Darks, give the versatility versus Thunder Dragons, didn't play any, or Pendulums, using my Almirage, or just verse Salad. Double Twisters, never saw it. 2 anti-spell for like Pendulum and Striker to switch out with different Dimension Ground, or Pendulums I'd added in addition, because under Dimension Ground they get banished instead of going to the extra deck. And then just anti-spells free against Pendulums. I think I saw it 2 or 3 times. Definitely really liked it. Might even consider maining it over DDG, but not sure yet. And finally, Evenly. I sided it in a lot, but I always saw it when I didn't need it. I'd definitely keep it still though. Really, really good card. And just being able to evenly them and then combo off main phase too. I don't mind giving up my battle phase whatsoever. So just to kind of show how the deck works, I'll do test hand here quick for you. I can't tell you how to play the deck, because even my opponents, when they're siding, they're saying like they don't know how to side for it, and I was like, I can't even really help you because I don't even know how I'm gonna play it until I see my hand. Because sometimes I'll make Infinity early, sometimes I'll make Colossus early, sometimes I'll get to my second Saryuja and still have 5 in hand and nothing else on board, and still end up with a trap and all 3 monsters. It's just insane how the deck works. But like I said, I didn't brick at all. Every hand was playable, so now I'm gonna brick right here for you guys, I bet you. Yeah. So 1 Crusade is a start. Now all you need is a special summon. 2 Crusaders right there, you can already combo off. And Core makes it even better because you can potentially bait a hand trap. So I'd summon Core. And since we're playing 3 Soldier, 1 Repair Plant, and then 3 Emergency, 3 Hers, odds are you'll see a Hers or Emergency more off of your draws. So I'd search out Repair Plant instead. Just playing the odds games, because you're more likely to see a 1 of 6 as opposed to a 1 of 4. Plus Soldier can pitch your Maximus or your OG Thunders, or stuff like that. So then linking your Core off for your Almirage. And now at this point you could special summon to Almirage's Arrow. Effect. I just told people and they said, well, what's it do? I said, just gets itself out of the way so that I can link him off for Magius. Repair Plant, since we have our Cyber Engrave. Then Special Crusadia, Magius Search. Said some hands won't play through much, some hands will play through 2 hand traps no problem. So it's all really hard to explain because every hand's going to be different, and it's not a deck I would tell someone to just pick up and go and play without doing a lot of testing. Then you special your Draco. If there was one that you normal summoned, you'd grab it. In this case, because I have Soldier already, I'd want the light. Even though 9 times out of 10 you're going to discard the Crusadia, you just grab off a Brotar. Then link off Draco for LP, space and move your LP effect. Summoning Brotar, effect targeting LP. Discard, like I said, you're going to discard your Crusadia almost every single time. Adding a Dark Dragon. And if you opened your Collapse Serpent, you would add your Levianeer if you choose to even use it. Otherwise, you could choose to not discard if you don't want to, and just keep the same card economy, basically. But I like the advantage Levianeer brings, so I would do it pretty much every time. Banish a light, special summon. Link 4. So you just chain link 1 and then chain link 2 your Collapse Serpent. We love seeing Arborea. And again, we have our Dragon Dark, so that's always really nice too. In this case, you're going to want to keep your Soldier, your Dragon Dark, your Arborea, and I like to have that just in case, so I'd put those 3 at the bottom. Now, Saryuja's effect to summon Dark. If you want, you can just special summon your Arborea here, just it's going to stick there. Banishing a Dark from your graveyard. Brotar, I guess it don't matter because you also have Draco you could summon off your Pisty, as long as you have one of them in there. Then Wyveburster, link off for your Pisty, effect to summon from graveyard. Link 4, Saryuja, chain link 1, chain link 2, Dragon Dark. Adding your Hawk, and in this case, actually you might not even be better off adding your Hawk. It's kind of horse apiece, because if you add your Hawk, you can pitch it and summon your Dragon Dark and either go into Savage with your Arborea, or you can get a Colossus. All really depends on your hand. Like, if I would draw into Imperial Order, I would always go into Savage instead, because that basically gets rid of the spells, which a lot of the decks searching is spells. Otherwise, you could get your OG here, and then pitch, add 2, and you have 2 lights there also. We're just going to grab Hawk for this one. There's really never a right answer. You'll just kind of do different things at different points in the game. We love seeing that right now. And there's 4. So here, right there's going to be your Infinity plus a level 5 for your Arborea. So then you get your Colossus, trap set, 3 left, just put them at the bottom of your deck. And this is what I mean, like, this hand you had Saryuja with Arborea going into the end, so it seems like you did a whole lot of everything to get a whole lot of nothing. Then pitch hers to special summon, chain link 1, 2. Grab them out of order because we can. Pitch your Cyber Dragon for your Soldier. Overlay Nova, detach to special summon Cyber Dragon. Overlay Infinity, level 5, level 3 for Savage. And then effect to equipped, go for your Saryuja. So he has 4,700 attack with the 4 negates. And he's sitting currently at 23,528 because of the power up from Saryuja. Discarding your Hawk, special summon one of your Thunders, tribute it for Colossus. You could put it in attack or defense, and then set your Dimension Ground. And just in case, I always absorb Saryuja there, just to protect yourself from Mega Fleet. In this case, you don't actually have to, because standby you can just activate DDG, and they can't contact fuse under it, so you just keep all the big beaters on the board. Two of my opponents actually asked if I always do that, and I told them yeah, because you never know, and they were actually one main Mega Fleet and the other one sided it, other than not counting the mirror match. So hope you guys like it. Might play with it a bit and tinker with it, but otherwise I'll be playing pure again. So here's the Cyber Crusadia Thunder Absolute Spice that I let down. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to see what I can come up with next.